How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking collections. So today we're going to have a look at my new series Doctor Who Dalek figures. Now I've managed to develop quite the collection over the years, and we're going to take a deep dive into my collection of new series Daleks and see what we've got. So the first Dalek we've got from series 1 is in fact the Dalek without mutant reveal. Now this Dalek here, it was one of the later purchases what I got, originally released back in 2005, caster wheels underneath, standard articulation, same as every Dalek on here. But one thing which I noticed back in the day when I bought it and still bugs me to this day is on the eye stalk. Now as you can see here, there is no blue on the eye stalk, so this looks like a dead Dalek in my opinion, for a Dalek from the Asylum of the Daleks, where it just doesn't have the blue glow which you should have on a Dalek. So that really bugged me as a kid, and it still does to this day. But let's move on to the next figure that I got from series 1. So the next Dalek that I've got, it is the mutant reveal version of this Dalek. So if you look inside here, you can see the little mutant reveal. I have in fact done a full review of this Dalek on my channel, so if you want, just click on the channel, go and find that and give that a watch if you'd like to see my in-depth review of this Dalek. Another thing what bugged me with this Dalek, it's still got the same eye stalk issue as you can see. So right there, once again it's black and it has not been painted blue. It actually looks more like a clear colour, so that does bug me with this Dalek as well. And it is kind of annoying when you've got them on display and you want them to all look quite similar or exactly the same with slight differences, and then it just doesn't work because we've got to move on. We've got the Dalek with the handprint from series 1 as well. Now this one, as you can clearly see, has got the eye stalk. It's got Rose's handprint there as well, from when it needed the touch of a time traveller to bring the Dalek back to life. It would have been nice to get a version of that Dalek with being run down, but we didn't get that. Now the last Dalek in my collection from series 1 is this one. Now this has got a new claw arm, which I believe it is from series 1. I can't remember the name. I believe it's an Assault Dalek. This one, once again, it also has the blue eye stalk, which the others tend to be lacking. But I think this is a great Dalek figure to have. I did buy this late in the collection. I think the first one I ever had was the mutant reveal. This one, I have touched on that in other videos, I believe. But yeah, so series 1, I've got all the Daleks from that series, and I am happy with them, to be honest, and I did have them on display in my old setup, but we'll get talking on to that in a later video. But yeah, I did enjoy that. Now, moving on to series 2, there was a lot less Daleks released. There was only one real Dalek released. In this series there was actually a 4-pack of Daleks, which I never managed to pick up, and it did have the Ark in there, which was used in the series 2 finale. Now I do have that, but I'm not classifying that as a Dalek because it kind of wasn't. The only one I managed to pick up from that wave is Dalek Sec, which was released, and this one once again does not have a blue eye stalk, and that kind of does bother me. They've all got their ID tags underneath which show which Dalek is which. You can find this online, you can find it on lots of Doctor Who forums, and yeah, I once again got the only one out of the collection because I did end up buying Dalek Thay, Dalek Can, Dalek Jast separately later on down the line, and I am happy with this figure, to be honest. But from series 2, I've got all the figures that were actually released in the wave because it was a box set released separately. Moving on to series 3 now, there was only one Dalek released in series 3, including in the box sets actually, and that was Dalek Thay. But Dalek Thay actually came with the damaged back where the Dalekanium was removed in the Dalek 2-parter, and it was put on top of the Empire State Building. Now this one, once again, has the blue eye stalk and the ID tag underneath. That's how you know which Dalek is which. And yeah, I am happy with this. It was kind of different, and actually this was, I actually know 100% this was my second Dalek because I got 3 to 4 of these as a child, and I loved them. They were great. I remember that story with so much detail, and these Daleks just fitted, and that's the main thing I remember of this story. When it comes as well as a Dalek, I do have the Dalek Sec Hybrid. I'm not going to count that as a Dalek because it's a hybrid, not a full Dalek. And to me, the Daleks are in the casing, ready to fight basically. So that was series 3. Moving on to series 4 now. I'm going to count this as a Dalek because he is the founder of Daleks, and that is in fact Davros. Now this is the series 4 release of Davros and not the B&M release. I do want to pick up that B&M release later on down the line, but at the moment I'm not really interested in picking it up because it's basically a repaint of this and a repaint of Capaldi, and touching on things which will come on in a later video, I'm just not seeing the point of getting that set. Now from series 4, another Dalek which was released, and I got twice. The first one I got, the actual head was broken and the earpieces were completely snapped off, and it really did bug me, and I ended up buying it brand new in box and then unboxing it after, and that is the Supreme Dalek from the series 4 finale. Now this one has got the blue eye stalk, it's got multiple added parts from a normal Dalek. Yeah, the colour scheme of this is just beautiful, the red and the gold, and I absolutely love it. It is completely an unbelievable figure and it's just perfect. And on this we get the new eye stalk sculpt, and well, it's the whole new sculpt really. They've shortened the base, they've made it taller, well not taller but skinnier, so it seems taller. They've given us a new phaser arm and a new plunger arm as well as the eye stalk on this, and yeah, it's just a great figure to have. Now we move on to series 5. Now this is when I started to get into Doctor Who more seriously. This is when my collecting really and utterly started, because I managed to get the whole of series 5 before I even got the whole of any other series or the majority of any other series, and it really did push in here with the Matt Smith era. So I'll start off, we're going to get the Ironside, and this is the one with the ear covers, if it will focus. So it's the one with the ear covers, the Union Jack underneath, the blue eye stalk. You've got this great detail on the belt round his chest piece, and I do genuinely love this figure. I've had 3 of these, I'd like to say, I think it is 3, and I really do love this figure in itself, and it's great. Like mine here has got a few paint chips on the side, but I've just decided to put that down to it being, quite frankly, a war Dalek, and the Dalek just getting in the battles, getting some war damage on him, and that's how I kind of justify keeping that figure and not replacing it or getting it repainted. Now the next one which I've got once again is another Ironside, but this one is the variant without the ear covers. Now I got this in an unboxing later on in my videos, and a few of the figures in this I actually got in my unboxing. Union Jack, exactly the same part from no ear covers. Apparently this is the rarer one through my research online, and trust me, it was hard to find this, so when I did find it I was extremely happy. Once again from series 5 I have got the Paradigm Dalek, which was underhinged. Now this figure, it feels like plastic and stone mixed. It is a really nice figure to have in hand, and I do like it, to be honest. I never wanted to get it as a child. As I grew up I started to become more of a completionist, and series 5 is where I started, because series 5 is where Doctor Who really started to hit home for me. In this as well I've also got the rest of the set. I've got the Eternal Dalek, I've got, I believe this one to be the drone, the Scientist, the Strategist and the Supreme. Now the first one I got out of all these was in fact the Strategist, and this is the one from my childhood. You could tell because the ears have actually started to discolour. It doesn't really show up on camera. They've started to go, like, they're not clear anymore. It's like when you have a clear phone case and you've had it for a while and it starts to turn colour. That's what this Dalek has currently got. And then once again from Series 5, I have managed to pick this up in a mystery box. You guys have seen it, I absolutely love it. It's the Comic-Con 2010 exclusive. It is the 11th Doctor and the Dalek Scientist. Now, I'm never going to open this. I'm going to keep it like boxed until the day I die or until I sell it. I genuinely do love this figure, and I love to see it boxed because it just looks so much nicer. Once again, at the moment of recording, I have got this, but this has in fact been sold, and well, it has been sold today, so it's been posted out. Oh, it's been posted out later today. By the time the video's gone out, the buyer's already got it. But I've got the Eternal Dalek minting box. I did have the Supreme, the Strategist, and the Drone, and they all in fact have sold. This is the last one that I need to sell, and it has gone today, so I am extremely happy now. And yeah, I really only got that mystery box for the Ironside and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, as I believe I touched on it in the video. Moving later on, we actually got no figures released from the Peter Capaldi era in the 5-inch wave, which were Daleks. We just got a few variants of Mitty, a few variants of Bill, and the Doctor himself. So, moving on, we got to Jodie Whittaker's era, and the only Dalek release we actually do have here. This is the Revolution Dalek. I believe I've done a review on it already. If not, the review should be coming soon. And yeah, I'm very happy with this. I hope they do release the new Dalek design, because that would just be perfect and would look great with the collection. So I am glad I also have this. And the last new series Dalek in my collection is in fact the Time Lord Victorious Dalek from the book and animations. Now, I only received this shortly, and this is part of the 3D Greens wave which he's been releasing. He's released this, he's released other Dalek parts, and I've done a full review on it on the channel, I know 100%, because I only filmed it a few weeks ago. And yeah, this is not leaving my collection. I am extremely happy with this, and I'm going to keep it for quite a long time, to be honest, because Time Lord Victorious is a very good thing. Now, in that video I also mentioned the Brian the Ood custom. I've currently finished the custom now, so I can now talk through the custom at the next video, which I will be recording, I believe. Well, I will be recording, it won't be next for you guys, because there's a bit of a time jump here and there with this. But yeah, the Brian the Ood custom, which is going to be coming out on my channel shortly, I believe 2 to 3 weeks, could be longer. It looks just like this. So yeah, I am happy with this. Unfortunately, I haven't got the part which I wanted. So as you can see here, it is actually a master figure instead of a 10th Doctor in tuxedo, but we'll touch on that in that video. So I mentioned there was a Brian the Ood custom figure coming soon. You've now seen it, so stay tuned for when the tutorials to this figure actually does come out on the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week with some more Doctor Who content.